Hello and welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to look at volume. Volume. We talked about the area in our previous lesson, and we look at the area of various shapes. We look at some of the 2D shapes, and then we look at some of the 3D shapes. But today we're going to look at volume. Volume. So if you talk of volume, what it is, what actually is volume? You said area is the space an object occupied. But what about the volume? So volume is the amount of space occupied by an object or shape. So area is that space that the object occupies, but the volume is amount of space that an object occupy. So if the thing is just in 2 dimension, like something flat like this, like a rectangle just flat, it wouldn't have a volume because it can nothing can occupy this one. It's just flat. But volume, you're talking of the amount of space, so it need to get a 3D, so it need to get a height. You need to add a height to it, so we usually use cubic meter because area we saw that like square meters. This is cubic meters because it's going to have the width, the length, and then the height. So 3 of the units. So cubic unit, 3 of the units that it will have. So unlike the area where I explained how we got most of the um, formulas for volume, because of time's sake, I will just tell you the formulas, and then if I need to maybe explain further, I'll just explain further. So let me just do some example here for you to see. So if I'm talking of volume, so like if I have this, 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 you see what is inside here. Look at the amount of space occupied by an object. So what is inside here? What amount is it occupying? That is what we are looking at. When we talk of area, we talk of the space that the object occupies, but the amount that we will be looking at. So if you have your gallon of milk, how many milk are in the gallon? It's being filled in the gallon. So that is what we look at. So we look at some shapes like rectangular solid or cuboid or cube. I explained between a square and then a rectangle. So that explanation is what is used for a cuboid or a cube. So we get a cuboid from a rectangle, and then we get a cube from a square. Get a cube from a square. So like this is a square. So a cuboid is just going to be like this. I'm trying to. Oh, sorry, a cube. This is a cube. Sorry, I said a cube. So all sizes are going to be the same. So it's not the so the only difference between the cube and then the cuboid is that one has, I need to bring this one a little bit down. One is from a rectangle and then one is from a square. So this will be a cuboid. Sorry. And so this will be a cube, and then this one will be a cuboid. So that is the difference. So as we know, the area of a square is going to be um, length times length, and then a rectangle's length times width. But you know, in this case, because we are looking at volume, it have another dimension, making the height of it. So the volume is going to be volume for a cuboid or rectangular solid. Volume for a cuboid or rectangular solid. Cuboid is going to give us the length times the width times the height. The length times the width times the height. That will be the volume. And that of a cube is going to give us the length times the length times the length, because they have all the sizes being equal. That of the cube is going to give the length, and then the length. So like I said, I will just be listing them without giving any the proof and as I did with the distance. So what about a cylinder? We know what a cylinder is. So volume of a cylinder is going to give us as pi r squared h. That'll be the volume of a cylinder, pi r squared h. What about the volume of a prism? Volume of a prism is going to give us the base area times height. So depending on the area that you have, then the base area. So this one, let me see, I think, let me just be writing. So the B here is base area. The H is height. The B is the base area, and then the H is height. Then the H is height. We know R is radius, L is length, W is width. We know that one already. And then sphere. Sphere. What would be the area for the volume for a sphere? Volume of a sphere is going to give us 4 over 3 pi r cube. 4 over 3 pi r cube. And then we talk of cone, area of a cone. So let me do that of cone too. Okay, I think it's becoming smaller, so I just have to be okay. Sphere. So I can write the cone here. Cone, area of a cone is going to be 1/3 pi r square h. 1/3 pi r square h. And that of a pyramid is going to be 1/3 base area height. The B is the base area of the base. 1/3. That's why I made this an uppercase B base area. So that is it. These are the few shapes that I'll give the formula for you to find the volume of. So this is just a formula work. You just need to know the formula, and then you'll be able to calculate. So you just plug in your numbers and we'll calculate some few example. But before then, let's look at some area work. I think I did this, the recording did not come well, so I think let me just explain it further here. Some area of cylinder, sphere, prism, and pyramid. I think my recording did not come well. So this was the last thing we did for the cone. So this is area of a cylinder. So area of a cylinder is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r each. That is the area of a cylinder. And an area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. That's area of a sphere. Area of a prism is 2LH plus 2WH plus 2WL. The L is length, H is height, W is width. And then that of a pyramid, area of a pyramid is L times W, that is base area, base area, base area. So it could just be a B, base area, plus 2 times half of L of L is 1 plus 2 times half of W is 2, is 2, which is the surface area. And then now we came to the volume, which I've just explained to you. So now we're going to work some few examples on them. And then, so it's just a formula way. Just know the formula, and then you plug in, and then with the help of your calculator, you'll be able to work work it out and find the volume. I'm able to work it out and find the volume. Okay. So let's look at some few example. Look at some few example. Okay, so I think I'll put the examples in there for you to work it out. So one example is here that we put it down. So let's say calculate the volume of the right cylinder and then the right cone. Okay, that's the question. Okay, calculate the volume of the right cylinder to the nearest 10. So, okay, so this is shape, a cylindrical shape. I think I have to, let's do it this way. Okay, here, 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 here. Why? Why? Put a shape down. There's like a cylinder. And it's not always that you have it in a shape form. Sometimes it will just be in weight form, and then you have to, and then it has a diameter. D is equal to 5 centimeters, and then it has a height of 12 centimeters. It has a height of 12 centimeters. And then you have to calculate the volume of this one. You can calculate the area as well with the formula that we have. You can calculate the area, but let's look at the volume first. So we all you know that it's a formula work. So this is our cylinder. Let me see if I can push it here, and then I can write here to do the calculation. You know that volume is equal to pi r square h. That is the formula for it. That is the formula for it. You know, pi 2 is 3.141. So you can use 3.141, or you can just use pi on your calculator. So now, the only trick here is in our formula we have a radius, and then in our question we have a diameter. So that is what you need to know, that radius is equal to diameter over 2. That is something you need to know. So we know that our radius for this cylinder is going to give us 5 over 2, which is 2.5. So our radius is 2.5 centimeters. And then we know that our height from the cylinder is 12 centimeters. So we can now calculate for our volume to give it pi times, parenthesis is the same as multiplication, 2.5 square times 12. Half times 2.5 square times 12. And then all you need to do is you put it in your calculator, and then you get your answer. You put them in your calculator, and then you can get your answer. And so this way we get pi times 75, which is 75 pi. And then 75 pi, put in the calculator, I get 235.62. And then it is in centimeters, so your unit should be centimeter cube. Don't forget the cube, centimeter cube, because we're looking at volume. We're looking at volume, centimeter cube. So that is how you can calculate for the volume. That's how you can calculate for the volume. So just it's all this formula way. So if the shape is a rectangle, you use if the shape is like a prism, you use the formula. If the shape is a cylinder, you use the formula. Sphere, you use the formula. So all the formulas are here that you just need to do it, and then you put in your values, and you work it out. So what you need to know is, make sure that you know that we never talk of diameter. We are always saying radius. So if your question have a diameter, you know that you have to change the diameter to a radius by dividing it into 2. Let's look at another example. The volume, look at this one. Let me write it. The volume of an let me just read it because writing is difficult. I can even type. Oh my gosh, what did I do? Okay, so just give me a minute and then I'll put the question down. Oh, I see why. Okay, because my ratio very low. That is why. Okay, so the question is the volume of an exercise ball. The volume of an exercise ball is 4188.8 centimeter exponent. Let's see, centimeter cubes. So it should be like centimeter exponent 3. What is the diameter of this ball? So we're looking at what is the diameter? What is the diameter of the ball? So in this question, we have been given the volume and we are going to look for the diameter. So I mean, it should have been like, it should have been like centimeter cube. So that we have the volume, we are going to look for the diameter. So now, this is the question. The volume is, so we know that our V is equal to 4188.8 centimeter cube. We don't know our D diameter. That is what the question is asking us. So what we need to first of all find out is, so we're talking of a ball. So what will be the shape of a ball? So we can obviously know that the shape of a ball is going to be like a sphere. So you can use the formula for a sphere to calculate for this. So we look for the formula for a sphere. What is the volume for a sphere? Then we know that to be V is equal to 4 over 3 pi r cube. That is the formula for it. We know our V, we know pi, we don't know our r. So we now have to look for r. What is our V? Our V is 4188.8. So if you know your formula, all you do is you plug in the numbers that you have. 4 over 3 pi r cube. You don't know it. So you just do your algebra. You multiply through by 3. You multiply through by 3. And then you'll be left with 4 pi r cube. So you're going to get 3 times 4188.8 is equal to 4 pi r cube. 4 pi r cube. What do you do? In algebra, you divide through by 4 pi. So you're going to get your 3 times 4188.8 divided by 4 pi is equal to r cube. Is equal to r cube. So with this one, we're just working with your calculators and then just so like if I put everything here, if I put all of this, if I put all of this in the calculator, I'm going to get approximately 1000. Put it in the calculator, you're going to get 1000 is equal to r cube. So what you do is you cube root everything to get your r. So cube root, this cube root of 1000 is equal to like cube root of r cube. So your r is going to give you cube root of 1000. That will give you approximately 10. So your r is approximately 10. So that is your r. But the question wasn't asking for r. The question was asking you for the diameter. And if you remember, we say that diameter is, which is the d, is equal to 2 times r. D is equal to 2 times r. So your d is going to give you 2 times 10, which is equal to 20 centimeters. So the diameter of your ball is going to be 20 centimeters. The diameter of the ball is going to be 20 centimeters. So you see, we use this formula to find the diameter. So what you needed to do in this question is find out ball. What shape is the ball? It's a sphere. And then you have a volume of that ball, which is the sphere. So you use the volume of a sphere to calculate. All that you need to do is just put it in and then use your algebraic knowledge, your multiplication, your subtraction, your like the algebraic knowledge that you know to find your r. And since the question wasn't asking for radius, it was asking for diameter, we know that 2 times the radius is the diameter. 2 times the radius is the diameter, so we get 20 centimeters. 20 centimeters. Let's see if we could do one more example. Okay, so let's look at this example. Next example, okay, let me put the question down. So it says that the volume of a right pyramid with square base is 384 feet cube feet cubes. 384 feet cubes. Find the diameter, find the dimension of the base. Find the dimensions of the base. Find the dimension of the base. So this is the question. Yeah, the volume of a right pyramid with square base 384 feet cubed. Find the dimension of the base. So the base is square, so meaning that all the sizes are the same. All the sizes are the same. We know the volume. And then the question is not okay. Yeah, the question is not complete. I need to complete it. then it says that it has a height of 8. It has a height of 8. So with a height, let me add it, height of 8 feet. Yeah, one thing that I think I've not mentioned it in any of the lessons I do have done. So if the units are different, like this one, like maybe one is in meters, one is in centimeters, feet, yard, and you need to convert them to same unit before you do your calculation. You cannot do the calculation with different units. You can do your calculation in different units. So this one, what we need to do is the volume of a pyramid. We know the volume of a pyramid to be 1/3 base height. And then we know that the base is the area of the base of the pyramid, base area. And then this one is a square pyramid, a square base, a square base. And then we know that square base have all the sizes the same. So the base is going to have all the sizes the same, all the sizes the same. And then we know area of a square is like length times length. So we can just put in, and then we know our height. So we can just put in our numbers here. Our volume is 3. Our volume is 384 is equal to 1/3. Let's say our base area is going to give us L squared, because it is L times L, which is L squared, and then times, we put it in parentheses, times 8, which is our height. And now, yeah, you use your algebra. How do you do first? You multiply through by 3. You multiply through by 3. So you're going to get 3 times, put it in parentheses and use parentheses, 384 is going to give you 8L squared. Going to give you 8L squared. So what do? You divide through by 8. And then 3 times 384 will give you, my calculator says it's going to give me 1152. 1152 divided by 8 is equal to L squared. L squared. And then 1152 divided by 8, you can do this yourself and find out. My calculator said it's going to be 144 is equal to L squared. So now I can square root both sides, and then so if I square root 144 and then I square root L squared, then 12 is going to be L. So my length is 12. So the question is asking at the dimension of the base. So the dimension of the base is going to give me 12 feet by 12 feet. 12 feet by 12 feet. That will be the dimension of the base. So if I'm to draw this pyramid is going to have a square base of 12 feet by 12 feet. That is how this pyramid is going to be a square base of 12 feet by 12 feet. That's how the pyramid is going to be, with a height of 8 centimeters. With a height of 8 centimeters. This will be 8, oh sorry, 8 feet. I'm very sorry. The height of 8 feet. So that is how you can work things out. So we can't work things out. So these are very simple. Just know the formula and then use your algebraic knowledge. Know the formula and use your algebraic knowledge. So I'm going to put down some few questions for you to work on. So put some few questions for you to work on. You can go back and check the formulas and use it to work out. So the first one. So the first question, I'll calculate the volume of each of the following. A pyramid with base 85, a pyramid with base of 85 centimeters, a pyramid of base with base of 85 centimeters and 68 centimeters and a height of 1 meter. Calculate the volume. Calculate the volume. So clue for this question is, you know that now the base is, that was what I was talking about. The base is 85 centimeters and 68 centimeters. So this tells us that the base is a rectangular. So this is a rectangular pyramid. The base is a rectangle. Now the height is 1 meter. So you need to change 1 meter to centimeters. You change 1 meter to centimeter before you start working. Change 1 meter to centimeter before you start working. Before you start working. So you take note of that. And then 2, a cylinder of diameter, a cylinder of diameter 4 feet and a height of 20 feet. A cylinder of diameter 4 feet and a height of 20 feet. Calculate the volume. Calculate the volume. Yeah. So this is a cylinder, but know that you are giving diameter, you are not giving radius. So you have to find the radius first. You have to find the radius first. Yeah. Find the radius first. There are so many examples that we could give. So let me give the last example, number 3. Number 3, make sure you do all these questions. Number 3 is a right rectangular prism. Rectangular prism measures a right rectangular prism measures 9 inches by 4 inches by 6 inches. What will be the dimensions what will be the dimension of a cube with the same volume? With the same volume. So this has the few questions, 3 questions that you can try your hands on after looking at this. So this is very simple. Like I said, they are all formula work. So just know your formula, and then yeah, all the formulas are here. Just know your formula and then just put them in. Know your formula and then put them in. So thank you. I think our next topic is going to be right triangle trigonometry. Right triangle trigonometry. So that will be our next topic to treat. So this one is much of formula work. The proofs are there, but I did for the area, but I realized I don't have to be doing the proof, just give you the formulas and work some few examples to help you. But if you still want to know the proof, how all this formula came about, like I can make time and then explain that as well. So these are your 3 questions that you're supposed to do. Try your hands on it. So thank you.